And I'm actually, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the podcast.
Y'all know what the fuck it is.
Yeah, go ahead. You might as well finish
Fucked up goods, nigga.
Yeah, I'm out here on vacation right now, man. I'm out in J. Man, I'm out in Jamaica, man, having a nice little time. Man, doing my thing, nice little setup today, man. Just chilling it, man, getting myself together. Just trying to get ready going back to the States. And yeah, man. But yeah, man, I'm just having a beautiful time, man. Just enjoying myself. I just got in today. But I come back motherfucking Thursday night. Very excited to be here, man. Yeah, just take a load off, breathe a little bit, see what's going on, man. And yeah, man, we got a good episode for y'all today, man. First thing we want to talk about, bro. You got first thing. Go ahead and say what you gotta say today, bro.
Shit. It's all good, and fuck. My bad, yo. I ain't gonna lie, I'm a little tired.
And I thought I was fucked up, man. I've been drinking since fucking I want to say 11 a.m. because I don't like flying. So yeah, and that's what I'm saying. I don't like flying, and then you know what I mean. It's just been crazy, and then I was really drinking because I've seen a lot of these motherfuckers today without no fucking mask on today, man. And that's, yeah, ladies and gentlemen, man, please wear your mask when you're on these trips, man. You've been selfish to everybody else, man. To the elderly, to the people with sicknesses, to the young ones, to everybody that take this disease serious. I mean, it's serious, man. And I don't think people understand that. I seen so many people at the airport today without no fucking mask at BWI, and it's got to the point where like the flight attendant was like telling everybody, she was like, man, please put on your mask. Stop every fucking 5 seconds. Put on your mask. I had one girl from BWI too. She was checking in the bag. She was like, yeah, stop. You know what I mean? I'm not, checking in nobody bags until y'all put on the mask. She realized I made people get the fuck out of the line to go get a mask. And they had to wait all the way in a long ass line again. So man, it's important, man. Wear your mask, make sure you be safe, man. This shit is no joke, bro, like COVID is. We see people getting it all the time. We see people die from it. I have family members die from it. I know people, family members that die from it. So, it ain't no joke. So, just be safe out here, man. I can't preach on this even more, man. People think this is a joke, and people think it is because they get vaccinated for some reason, and they think they can't get it no more. I'm telling you now that you still can get that shit even if you're vaccinated. It's been proven X amount of times. So, you know what I mean? Only thing I can tell you guys is just wear your mask, hand sanitize your hands, wash your ass. Please wash your ass because there was some stinky motherfuckers on that airplane today. I'm trying to think about how you take COVID serious. You're not washing your ass. Yeah, that's all I can say about it.
Public spaces, there's some stores who ban and shit like that. So I'm not really surprised. You know what I'm saying? You got a lot of privileged, entitled people. I'm not going to white people. I don't mean to be offensive, but you know what I'm saying? It's like you'll see a whole room of, you know what I'm saying? Like I was in the Dunkin' Donuts the other day and it was like me, the Latino homies, you know what I'm saying? I forgot another nigga behind me, I think it was a black dude. But yeah, like, man, it was just the one white lady in the front and she just had no mask. She was looking around everybody, baby, she ain't had no mask and she was looking at everybody like, yeah, I'm not wearing that motherfucker. Yeah, like, everybody's looking at it like, so, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just keeping it buck. Like, it's white people, man. They just privileged and they look at that shit as an invasion of privacy, man. Not trying to be like bias or racist or whatever, man, reverse racist, whatever these people call it. Because, you know, we try keeping bias on it, but that's just from my observation, what I've seen thus far. And then, you know what I'm saying, I've seen some black people who ain't wearing it either, honestly, but I think it's just like, you know, people ready to go back to normal, man. And I think that's more what it is than anything. We just want to go back to normal. I mean, sometimes I hate putting that shit on myself. And it blows me because I understand like influence is so powerful because as soon as you start seeing people wearing it, makes you want to wear it. So it's very dangerous because in reality, like it's just gonna make people not want to wear it. It's almost like a statement. Like when you see somebody not wearing it, it's like they're outcast. You want to join them, like their movement or something. It's just weird. But in your mind, just makes you more prone to not want to wear it. But I just feel like with all the facilities like BWI, like hospitals, certain places, public facilities, metro, trans, whatever like that, like schools, you know, I think it'd be a good idea for people to keep participating for.
And yeah, and that's what I'm saying. I just think like most importantly for like people like I said is just like people look so confused that they would get put out the line because they didn't have a mask on. They were just looking like because I was stepping back from a lot of them people because I'm like, damn, like what the fuck is your mask? And it's not just the white, it's Europeans too. You know what I mean? People that's not from, you know what I mean, this country or, you know what I mean? That don't understand it more or whatever that what's got going on. They think the vaccination is key. Vaccination make them safe. The vaccination is, I can't get this shit no more. It's over with. I beat it. I won. And it doesn't work that way. Oh, and let me tell people this though. Before you go to a different country, apparently, like we were supposed to have like 100 and some people on the flight. We left like probably like 65 because people didn't know they were supposed to get COVID tested before they go to another country. So yeah, if you go into a different country and you have to have 3 days prior before you leave your flight, go get that COVID test, and you have to show proof. If you don't show proof that you got COVID test, yeah, you ain't going.
I don't know. I mean, realistically, like I said, man, you know what I mean? Like, I look at it like, I thought a lot of people knew, you know what I'm saying? I knew.
Apparently, nobody knew that because, like, you know what I mean? They was like, it was so funny because, you know what I mean? You get like, when they find out you got the COVID test, they give you like a green stamp. So you get the green stamp, your boarding passes. And when they green stamp your boarding passes, you just walk to the other line. If you don't have that green stamp, they make your ass step outside the line and just say, no, stay right there. No, stay right there. So as soon as that plane board and they close that joint, they say, hey, you guys didn't COVID tested. So you're going to have to schedule a COVID test or reschedule your trip.
Dang. That's not listen, man.
That's not cool. And it's, a lot of people didn't know that. People look sick because I asked the flight and I was like, God damn, it was when we left BWI to go to Florida because we went from Florida to Jamaica. When we got to Florida, bro, it was just like so many people, and it was just crazy because we had to stand. Like it was no seats, no nothing at the damn airport. We had to pretty much stand and wait for, you know what I mean, them to start boarding. When we got to the plane, it was so many empty seats. People had, it was one person in a row. It was like an empty seat in a row. It was just so many people. It was only like 60-something people on the plane, bro. It's just crazy because I was just like, damn, I asked the flight attendant. She was like, yeah, apparently they didn't know they were supposed to get COVID tested before they go to a different country.
Man, you'd be surprised, bro. That's what I said. Like, that really throws me for a loop because I knew it was definitely announced. Like, you know what I mean? Put it out there for people. So I don't know why. Like, I knew when they announced it, this is probably way back in like January or something like that. And, I remember they said you couldn't ask, you know what I'm saying? I was like, damn, because I wanted to go to like Jay and stuff like that.
Right.
And I was saying, I'm just gonna wait till this shit kind of blow over and see what happens. After maybe a year or so or something like that. I've been wanting to go back, but I just like I said, man, that shit, I ain't fucking. I just can't put that shit in my body, bro.
Yeah, I mean, it for everybody is different, man, and I agree with you 100% because it's just like, you believe what you do, stand on your morals. I can see a lot of people that that was on actually on a plane with us stuff, but they weren't too young or our age. They were like a lot of older people. You know what I mean? You can tell because a lot of people are still not comfortable with taking the vaccine, and I get it. Get it? You know what I mean? You don't want to put something in your blood that you don't know what the fuck it does to you, and then you've been hearing all this other stuff about people, about FDA trying to pull these vaccines off the shelves and everything, and it gets kind of scary, and it makes you not trust the system that they're trying to put in place. So I get it. I definitely get it, and like I said, man, it's but in order for you to take these trips and like you know what I mean, I know you got you girls want to have your hot girl summer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Do all this other stuff. Other than Miami, because that's why everybody going to Miami nowadays because they don't want to take these vaccine shots. Yeah. And I think that's pretty much why people go to Miami or damn, not really too much. Like not too many people. You don't see too many people in Cali or hear anybody go to Cali or Texas or you might hear people in Atlanta, but everybody's going to Miami. But yeah, if you want to take these trips outside the country, then you gonna have to get vaccinated, and then you gonna have to get a COVID test 3 days prior before you go on your trip. So that's just one thing for you guys to think of. I'm not trying to sit up here and tell you guys to get vaccinated or do these things. I'm telling you guys to realize this is what they're going to do to make you guys get vaccinated.
Man, they're going to make niggas get vaccinated regardless.
Oh, it's going to come into the point when it comes to the job place. And, it's going to come to the point, I think, like I said, we was talking about it not too long ago. We were saying this shit is going to come to almost like the flu shot.
Yeah, man. I mean, look, all I can say is, God is good because at the end of the day, man, like, I just know that, man, shit, we got these herbs and supplements and minerals. We don't need none of this shit, man. We already got everything provided to us. So it's like, to me, hey, whatever restrictions they give, that's the restrictions they give. But like I said, they're going to have to hold me down, stick a needle with me, Joe, because I'm not doing it. It's botanicals out here, baby, all day long. And shit, actually, it's funny. And I wish I had the actual article, but I'll tell you a funny story. Well, not a funny story, a fun fact. I was talking to this friend of mine, and she told me a story about how they had dug down real far into, oh man, somewhere I think in the Arctic, into like an iceberg. They down into the real far depths of the water, and we found traces of chlamydia in deep down, in the dwellings of the ice. Like I said, I can't remember verbatim, but yeah, that was something to that effect. I'm gonna try to find an article. I'll post in the description, but yeah, it was interesting as hell because she was saying the same thing I was saying, was like, yeah, like Earth will always be first, like even if it takes wiping out man, like it's Mother Earth is never going to be diminished or destroyed. It has been before and it'll always be after. And so she was showing like how the chlamydia before, like the sexual transmission and all that even occurred with this sexual disease and STD, this shit was already on Earth before That's awesome. That shit was so sick. I was like, see what I'm saying? Like creation, that's how it works. But chlamydia actually existed before the human transmitters of it. Like it was.
I heard it came from. The funny thing is, I heard it's funny that you say that. I was watching Animal Planet, and they say animals actually get this shit.
I don't know. All I can say is what it told
Yeah,
me.
that's the only thing. When you saying that, that's why I said that maybe that came from that because and then you got to the point where maybe when I don't know if you heard like humans was fucking animals and shit like that.
I'm not going there, bro. I'm not. That's not where I'm going. I'm just saying that the bacteria.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Hold on, time out. Somebody getting their fuck on and they fucking it up for me. Oh yeah, fuck.
We're talking about biology and the way that diseases are born. They're born of bacteria. They're born of, certain compounds involved in that bacteria. And what I'm just saying is that that's interesting because the way we interpreted STDs was as if it was a thing that came from dirty sex or only unprotected sex, that it transmits one person to the next. Exist below the earth or the Arctic, whatever the line, whatever it was. I can't remember verbatim what she said, but it was deep down within a trench of ice on the Arctic. And what I'm saying is that that's interesting as shit because it just tells you something about Earth that just like I always go to the idea that, like I said, it will get rid of man before man gets rid of it.
Right.
I always say that. It will take us out. It makes the diseases, some, not all.
All right.
Yeah, I mean, let's believe that. I would never come on this dream, not deny that or negate that, but I'm just saying that some of these diseases are born of the earth.
Mm-hmm. Hey, look, man. I mean, I'm not saying that it's not. You know what I mean? But I did like what I'm saying is I seen on Animal Planet that they said that a lot of these animals had the same diseases that we have. And I think that okay, animals been around for a long time too as well. So like, you think about a lot of other things where, you know, so I'm just thinking of how things could come into play. I'm not saying that it came from somebody fucking the animal. You know what I mean? But
it implied that these people were fucking, but I'm gonna just
say, yeah, I'm pretty sure. Look, we all know, we all know the deal. But
just like you have SIV, which is the what is the right word? The right word to use? The progenitor of HIV, like the beginning of it, the origin of it. And again, it didn't come from people eating chimpanzee kidneys or having sex with them, but during the polio vaccine in the 1950s, during the polio vaccine development, there was a certain scientist who went to the Congo and he was using kidney cultures from chimpanzees that carried SIV, which is simian immune deficiency virus, which is like an ape, simian, like you know what I'm saying.
right,
And so when those cultures were used to vaccinate people, talking about compounds, all the vaccines, they put that in the compounds of the vaccine and then injected the whole vaccine into people. And so someone they were consuming or eating chimpanzees. But what's interesting is that the tribe that was there, the indigenous people tribe that was there for thousands of years would eat certain chimpanzees, but they knew which parts not to eat, which makes
right.
sense. There's certain parts that you want was either to kill you or make you sick. So I'm just showing you how we may interpret again HIV, and I learned this shit when we was in school on a case study on biology. and our instructor was nice enough to be genuine with us. But it's a documentary called "The Origin of HIV and AIDS."
Mm-hmm.
And after that wiped out, like they took it off all of the networks. You might like a 40-minute clip on.
Nah, you did tell me about this before. I remember this years. I think you told me about this before. Yeah, we were talking about this a while back. You did say that they wiped all that other shit pretty much about this shit. Yeah, I remember you telling me.
I remember.
Yeah.
I know when they showed us in school, it was on. He had on DVD or some DVD on whatever. But anyway, long and short, yeah, like to this day, so that doctor who performed this stuff is dead now, but he was they had made accusations against him to try to bring him to court and stuff like that, but it didn't ever work because the British science community was denying it or whatever. But long and short, I'm just showing you that some diseases, which in that case was slightly man-made in a mix between an actual carry disease that was involved, you know what I'm saying, with that particular animal, that species.
Mm-hmm.
So, you just gotta be wise and try not to eat that bullshit. You going out, bro. Your signal, I think, bad. That's that international shit.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, we good, man. I'm just having a little technical difficulties because, you know what I mean, I'm overseas and shit.
Technical difficulties. We not having technical. You having technical difficulties. I'm good over
here. Yeah, I'm having technical difficulties because we overseas, and it's all good, man. Like I said, man. Like, oh, another thing, ladies and gentlemen, man. You get over here, y'all better not pay. If you come to Montego Bay, not paying $160 for no fucking rent. One thing, I don't smoke. I don't smoke weed.
Or the J, don't go to Montego Bay.
So, I don't smoke weed. I haven't smoked weed in years. But apparently they think Reggie is loud over here, and you're gonna pay. They want you to pay $160 for a half. Got real live an attitude because I told him, I'm like, dude, your weed is worth like $20 in the States. And he caught an attitude because he couldn't really understand what I was talking about. And I had to tell him, like, our weed has a lot of, it's not like grown from earth, you know what I mean, no more. Our weed has a lot of chemicals and shit. So we get higher than what you think we do from what you're grown from earth. So that's not considered a high grade weed in the States. I said, if you sold that weed in the States, I said, yeah, they give it back to you. I ain't tell them everything else, but I just said, man, they give that shit back to you. They wouldn't even buy it. And he was like, man, I want to prove you wrong. I want to prove you how good this shit is. And and I'm like, bro, dude, like, no, it's not. It's not. It's Reggie. And I'm not disrespecting to people in J or anything like that. I'm not disrespecting. It's just like, the way weed is in the States is way more chemicals in it. You know what I mean? It's more potent.
It's not chemicals, man. It's just grown indoor.
Man, it's just chemicals. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. Niggas, anytime niggas getting addicted to weed, bro. I was looking at this fucking thing.
I cannot believe you said chemicals, bro. Like you
ain't no way.
It's cyanide in that.
It ain't no way. I think it is, bro. I think niggas doing like making it like some meth lab or some shit like that, bro. Because it's just like, bro. Like, let me ask you something. Like, when we used to smoke Reggie, when we ain't smoke, we was like, man, fuck it, cool. You know what I mean? It is what it is.
Chemicals, though, bro. It's not.
It is what it is. I ain't worried about it. Fuck it. I'm done with it. It's cool. We'll get it later.
You work.
But let a nigga not get that pack.
Listen. You work at a facility.
Let a nigga not get that rush. We
using chemicals every day. Do you smoke any of these chemicals, or do they get you high?
I don't smoke that shit.
I'm saying at work. At work, you be around chemicals all day.
Yeah, I do, but I don't smoke none of that shit.
They're not putting that shit in no weed. That's what I'm telling you.
Man, you can confuse me. They put it in cigarettes. Cigarettes addictive, right?
Nigga, that's nicotine. That's a chemical.
Yeah, that's a chemical. But that's what I'm saying. Isn't that addictive, right?
But that's not in weed.
It's something maybe it's something we haven't discovered yet. It's something that it's something we haven't discovered yet. Because I'm gonna tell you now, I'm addicted to cigarettes. I love.
You're addicted to nicotine. The cigarette, just the base. The chemical you're addicted to is nicotine. Look on the packet. Look.
Yeah, nicotine. The nicotine in the cigarette is, of course, what I'm addicted to.
That's what
what the fuck?
Just.
So, but the thing is, though, like, think about it, though. Was we addicted to like when we smoked Reggie? When we smoked Reggie, it was just like, all right, you know what I mean? When we didn't get the Reggie, when niggas wasn't good, we'd be like, all right, cool, fuck it. But let a nigga not get his pack.
Listen.
Let a nigga not get his runs.
If you want me to break down the science behind the cannabis, I'll do that. But it's not fucking chemicals.
Like, go ahead, do it. Go ahead.
I love cannabis too much to allow you to do this right now. You can't do this.
Go ahead. What
it is that you gotta realize. So in Jamaica, you could grow a pomegranate like fruit straight out of the ground.
Yeah, you can.
Like the soil that is over there, that's why they say marijuana in Amsterdam and I believe Westmoreland, Jamaica, and the girl has the best marijuana because it's about the soil. The soil is so rich in the Caribbean that they got sugar cane, coconut, almonds,
fruit,
all that, right? So what I'm saying is that what the difference is that when you smoke indoor, which is the shit from LA and what we deal with out here in the Americas, indoor grown weed. And what's happening is that you have people crossbreeding the marijuana. You know what I'm saying? That's why I always say the same thing, that if you smoke some outdoor from the right outdoor, not Montego Bay, you go to Westmoreland, get some real good high grade hashish. The content of the marijuana is different. It's sticky. It's so tacky, it's ridiculous. And what I'm saying is, you gotta look right. I remember when I first went there and I was like, y'all got blunts and shit like that. He's like, we got Rizzle and shit like that. He's like, but you don't need it for this shit because you get rolled up in the spliff because the marijuana is so wet and rich that it won't burn like that. So when you smoke it, you got rolled up in like 2 papers and you gotta hit that shit and it keep going out. That's why you see dudes, they be having the spliff cocked out their mouth and they just be lighting that shit like every few minutes and hit that shit. It's because the shit burn real slow. So you ain't got to roll up in a blunt. That's first. Number 2, what I'm saying is that what we have is people mixing and breeding, breeds that were already hybrid breeds. If I'm mistaken, gelato and I think it was Girl Scout cookie became what Runts is. That's all that is. Somebody took the 2 feminine seeds, crossbred the joints, probably cloned the plant, whatever, and made that shit into a strain. But originally, you remember the strains used to be AK-47, Sour Diesel, Silver Haze, Purple Haze, shit like that. But those were indica or sativa, right? So you use either indica for the body high, sativa for the head high. Now you have hybrid indica and sativa together. And I respectively look at it as 2 polar opposites that don't, not that they can't go together, but just like you have hot or cold or dark or light, you know what I'm saying? You have, right? So I believe else, you have 2 different type of energies that are coinciding together. And I think that's why a lot of times, like I was telling you that time, when you get that marijuana, the THC content be like 17, 20%. Where if you get a whole straight pack of some sativa weed, it's like 30-35% THC.
Right.
But something's happening in that, you understand what I'm saying, in that space where they're being mixed together. But that's why our marijuana, the consistency of it is not the same.
It gotta be something because it gotta be the reason why me and being saying that it's chemicals is because it's just like it's something like we all know them niggas. Like I know niggas that can't go over an hour without smoking. Like you know what I mean? Like, and they constantly smoking every hour on an hour, or they smoking a whole J and they can't get high no more. They gotta smoke 2-3 J's to get high.
There's a difference between synthetic marijuana and hybrid indoor cultured marijuana. What I'm saying is K2 would be a synthetic marijuana, which you buy at the gas station. But I'm just explaining to you that there's nothing chemically driven about hydroponics. It's just like if you planted a garden out back and you use soil, the plant food and stuff like that, all that stuff is based off of just pure organics. There's no chemicals involved. But if you're talking about synthetic marijuana, which is K2, versus, like I said, indoor marijuana, it's not the same thing. But what I'm saying is that, again, you mix two different types of species of marijuana together. To me, it depends on the smoker. Like some smokers like a body high. Some smokers like a head high. Okay, so indica gives you your body high, sativa gives you your head high. But if you put them two together, how can they both definitively work to do one? Because it's not going to execute the body high, it's not going to execute the head high 100%. So like I keep saying, something's off. I'm not saying you can't mix the two, but for me, if they're varying in degree, that means that they need to remain in opposite almost in usage. You know what I'm saying? Unless you were to smoke a blunt of sativa, then a blunt of indica, I don't know. But I feel like them being jam-packed in the one handmade strain, indoor grown strain, causes a different action than a regular or a traditional, strain of marijuana. That's just how it is. I've grown plants, I've grown marijuana before, so trust me on this. It's not chemicals. It's not chemicals. People don't even spray pesticides like bug killer on their marijuana plants. A lot of times they use tea tree or molasses. You know what I'm saying? To keep the flies and the fucking pests and the rodents out. Because they don't want us, because if you spray the fucking pesticide, it'll kill that shit. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I'll tell you another comparison. This will be funny for the podcast. So one time, I grew some marijuana, and like I said, the fucking plants. So we had some male plants and then some female plants. So this the polarity principle. And so this deals a lot with gender. And so motherfucking so we didn't even know this shit would happen, but we had maybe about 4 mother joints, like maybe 3 male joints. And so once the males grew, actually fucking like somewhat what we were having on the female plants. On the plants, white like joints were popping on the female plants, and they were released. I gotta look it up and remember what it's called, but it was like a release, some type of seed thing where it would pop, like it was like a motherfucking busted nut. But this is just what I mean about, again, with species plants, they have gender, they have a masculine plant or a feminine plant. They can't be in the same fucking room. Kill the feminine plant completely. Like you will lose a whole plant and you won't get no weed from it because only the feminine produce the actual bud. Masculine don't at all. So I'm just showing you how plants and shit, growing shit, it plays a lot into how shit works in the universe and how we live and how the shit we do. But realistically, that's why I said when I look at indoor breeding and mixing those strains, there has to be something that reduced because one and you taking from the other. And so you're almost extracting sativa or indica to make this one. But I feel like, I know me personally, when I smoked a straight batch of sativa when I was in LA, I was high as shit. 30% high as shit. That which strain it was, I can't remember. But no hybrid whatsoever.
I get it, bro. But that's pretty much it, man, today. Because we're going to end it all because you keep burning in and out of the joint today. It's probably the service out this bitch. It sucks ass. So I really can't hear what she's saying.
Good over here. I don't know.
I don't know what we had tonight with it. Yeah, like.
Nigga, you international. That's where you at with it.
Yeah, I'm at with it tonight. I'm enjoying myself.
Gotta show them a view.
Enjoying this beautiful weather. Enjoy this. I'm actually drinking scotch and coke tonight. You know what I mean? And then I got neighbors next door a little too loud and downstairs and all this other shit. This is crazy. This is crazy. People partying, man. And like I said, man, I can't take it from them, man. They enjoy it and then they deserve it. You don't know what the fuck people been going through this week and everything like that. So, you know what I mean? Or just in general, it's been a hard time, man. And, people been cooped up in the house this whole time, actually trying to get out. Yeah. You know what I mean? And trying to do something, man. And I hear the kids in the background, they excited too. So that's good, man. I'm just happy to hear all that. Like my kids are actually in Florida right now. So talk to their asses today. They said, "You miss me?" I said, "No." No, nigga. No, I see you when I see you. So, you know what I mean? Because I get dads all the time. So, you know what I mean? My keywords tonight, it's getting loud. But my keywords tonight, everybody, man, like I said, man, wear your mask. And before you take your trips, read these guidelines. Make sure that you're following the protocol. Make sure you got everything in play before you take these trips. Local is different. Like you in the States, it's totally different. You can still have I guess for some reason people like, want to go to Miami and have these Caribbean trips. That's what people are doing nowadays. But I dare you to do more. I dare you to see more. Miami is in the States. It's not going nowhere. It's not anything different. You know what I mean? I know y'all hear about it. You hear rappers talking about it all the time. But I dare you to be different. Try to find more, man. That's the only thing I got to say about that. See you, bro.
Hey, man, I love you, and I hope I see you at some point, man, with this vaccine bullshit. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. I'm missing the grill like yesterday, man. I missed Westmoreland and just being on the countryside, seeing the goats and the goat man, and good ganja and then the grapefruit soda and just the vibes, man, and the rock.
Yeah, man, but don't worry about it. I got something for you. Don't worry about it. Yeah, but we leave it at that, man. Yeah, could have been anywhere in the world, but y'all was here with us today. We appreciate that. We out. Yeah, damn, it's good.
Take this over all time.
You already know.